for Professor Kepes and one for Professor Gravina. The first question, you mentioned the suffrage right for intellectuals, as you put it in the laws, and you listed a list of professions. Was that how it was phrased in the laws? Were they meant by profession? Was there maybe some formal requirement as if that they have to have a faculty degree or something like that?
No, literally it was listed. The scholars. It was listed in the law. So scholars, doctors, surgeons, and so on. So
was it
they
list
chose
exempli causa? So it generally.
Generally all intellectual professions known at that time, in line with the university education. But it's very, very, very interesting, very strange when you read the law that it is quite kind of listed. So the professions, and it's nice to find that also lawyers. Oh, that's very good. I don't have to have 43 square meters of land in the country because I'm a lawyer and I can go to elect. It's very, very nice.
Thank you very much, because we had something similar to that in Serbia later, but that was just for people who had a faculty diploma or experience in managing affairs of the state, etc.
Oh, interesting. Really?
Yes, because these are intellectual professionals, and it was normal to read, to discuss the laws, the constitution in the clubs, and also for the nomination to Senate by the king, there were the university professors for privileged categories.
And the more specific question for you, you mentioned the constitutional function of the codes. I was curious, was there something specific in the codes that reminded of constitutional provisions in the sense of them proclaiming some basic rights of the citizen and so on? So not classic norms of, say, civil law, but something more general that would remind us of the parts of constitutions that usually contain human rights.
Thank you for the question. Is important. Allora, the constitutional dimension there was in the Code Napoleon, in according with the constitution of the French experience. In the Italian states of the Restoration, constitution were broken, and it's impossible to speak of liberty, of reunion, of liberty of press, and the only guarantees of the citizen were in the codes. The liberty, the life, and the historiography speak of the constitutional dimension of the codes in this meaning. It was a climate of state of policy, of police and polizei state, and there not were the dimension of the public debate of civil right.
Thank you.
Very much. One question also for Professor Gravina as well. I have noticed in one of your slides a flag saying Italia libera lo vuole. And I wanted to ask, because it is very reminding me of the Crusader, Dieu le veut, Deus lo vult. And I wanted to ask if this is 48 or 61, and was there present this crusading ideology or symbolics in these projects or this movement of 48 or 61, especially regarding the relationships between different Italian states? Because, well, I have some colleagues, even now from Basilicata, Lucani, who are still speaking about the occupation by Garibaldi and the invasion. So not to exaggerate, but just maybe to ask about these symbolics, if there was any. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's an interesting connection. It is a like dimension, no, not religious, with perhaps a Masonic tradition. But in Italy also there is a great Catholic tradition. The Pope stay in Rome, and this connection is typical to have the people nearby, because Risorgimento uprising were a product of one elite, no? They want to have the people nearby, and this is a tentativo, come si dice? The manner to try this. This flag is of 1848, and it's interesting because there are the three colors of Italian and Hungary, the nation sister. No, the problem of Lucania is of 1861, the Brigandage War. Perhaps slides on this time, and it's different because it was the kingdom of the two cities. Garibaldi was have a great accoglienza. At the arrival in Sicily, the incoming of Garibaldi was good, because Sicily after 1848 was occupied by the Napolitan army. Sicilians don't have militia. And when Garibaldi came, all the Sicilians go with him. Only 1,000 soldiers against all the two Sicilies is impossible. But in the land of Basilicata and Lucania, there was fidelity to the monarchy of Bourbon. Sicily defeat against Bourbon, and it's the model. And this was the War of Brigandage, and it was an harsh war with a special law, the Legge Pica, with the death penalty for the rebels. But these are terrible page. But unification had a cost.
I have two questions, one for Kepesh. Louis Kossuth, I think, lived in Turkey in exile. Is it this man? Yeah. Okay. The second is Gravina. You shows us many portraits of advocate. Maybe you can say something about you. There are many portraits of a lawyer in your presentation. I think the advocacy has a good reputation in Italy. Maybe you can say something about it. It is interesting for me.
This is important. Also the iconographic dimension. I think this painting speak better than my poor relation, and with the pose, the model, the see, we can have more information than from the codes or the papers. The lawyers were the heart of the Risorgimento in Italy, and the spirit of the constitutions of 1812 and of 1848 survived thanks to the lawyers. In every little city, in every town, there were a little club for the elite, and in these clubs they debate about English constitution, about the liberties, about the adventures of Napoleon. But out of the club there were the police, the soldiers, the Napolitan soldiers, the Austrian soldiers. And this is the reason because I use these portraits and also the artistic dimension for my research. Thank you.
Thank you. Just one question to Professor Nesvara, that in the Hungarian historical terminology, in the Hungarian language, the Erbländer are called Habsburg hereditary provinces or Austrian hereditary provinces, but you are using the expression German hereditary provinces. Why is this? What is the reason of this?
This was the reason because I spoke about the membership of Austrian Emperor to the German Confederation, and this was only the German hereditary provinces of the Habsburg monarchy, and excluded was Dalmatia, Galicia, and Lombardo-Venetia. So, and these provinces since 1867 were part of the so-called Cisleitanian provinces, and these are the provinces which are not Hungarian. So in 1867 we can say the Austrian empire was divided into halves, one Hungarian and one non-Hungarian, and the non-Hungarian half with the Cisleitanian provinces had no name. The state had no name because the emperor did not want to show that his empire was divided in two halves. So this lasted until 1915. And in this year, due to the World War, it came to the name Austrian monarchy and Austrian-Hungary monarchy as the state names and the name of the common monarchy since 1915. But before, there was no name, no official name for the Cisleitanian provinces. They were called the land, the kingdoms and lands which are represented in the Reichsrat, in the Imperial Council in Vienna. This was the name of the state.
Thank you very much.